On the consent agenda, I'll make a motion that we accept items A, B, and C.
Second.
Any discussion, council? Okay, all those in favor vote yes, vote nay.
Votes cast yea, no votes cast nay.
The regular agenda is a presentation from Grant Fleming, account manager with MPPD. Welcome, Grant, good to see you.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Welcome. Thank you.
My name's Colin Cash. I'm one of the owners of Built Right Homes. Built Right Homes has been in business for over a decade. We do 300 to 400 full roofing, siding, gutters, window projects every single year. We've worked on over 2,500 homes in the last 10 years, from neighborhoods after Hurricane Katrina to you name it. We want to get people's homes not just back in shape, but in better condition than they were so they can get back to living their lives. We have a very high standard for quality that we're going for, and we don't want to offer any product that we can't just knock the socks off of our customers, right? We absolutely want to exceed everybody's expectations, and so we only use the absolute best materials that you can get. The best shingles, the best siding, gutters. We want our products to stand the test of time. I would put my company against any other company out there.
All right, yeah, thank you for having me tonight. I was supposed to get here last year, report on this, but I had an emergency come up with the last scheduled meeting, so had to reschedule. So I apologize for that. Had a flight get delayed for my girlfriend, and they get picked up in Lincoln, and guess who the lucky person was to do that?
Yes.
So, anyways, I'm here now, and just kind of this little handout I gave you all just kind of goes over McCook's energy report, the services that we provide beyond obviously the electricity that we provide to our community members. So on the left there, it talks about the lease payments. We collected and remitted, meaning we paid back $1.3 million to the city of McCook, and $145,000 in sales tax as well. So we collected that and paid that back. In 24, $500,000 was collected in gross revenue tax, and that was paid to Red Willow County. Energy efficiency, we've got a pretty vast array of different energy efficiency programming that we offer to our customers, retail and wholesale customers both. So the McCook Public Power customers, Twin Valleys customers, Southwest Public Power, they can also take advantage of those incentives. But in McCook, $15,000 was paid back to customers in it says Aurora. I see that's a typo, but it's in to McCook residents. So the reason it says Aurora there is because that is another one of our retail towns, and there's just an error on our part here. It looks like we missed. But that's we do these energy reports to all of our communities that we serve at a retail level. McCook being one of 81 communities in the state that we serve at this level of service. Meaning we basically supply power from substation to transformer to your meter on your house. So, and then we also serve a lot of wholesale customers as well, if you're not familiar with that. On the bottom right-hand corner, it talks a little bit about our generation. We are currently 58% carbon free. Included in that is a nuclear, big portion of that's nuclear. So 45% of our generation comes from our nuclear plant in Brownville, our Cooper Nuclear Station. And if you flip over on the back, just has a few stats about NPPD and just the different numbers. So 93,000 commercial and industrial customers, 84 of 93 counties are served by NPPD, 81 communities, again, served at retail level. 1,900 teammates, employees. So we're actually gonna be pushing probably closer to a little over 2,000 employees. We have on the docket to build some new generations, new power plants in Lincoln, and we have to staff up in order to run those plants. So looking to expand a little bit. Again, 5,377 miles of transmission and sub-transmission lines, 2,800 miles of distribution lines, 30 different facilities that are power plants that we take care of, and approximately 3,200 megawatts of generation. So most of that generation, a lot of times, we're part of the Southwest Power Pool, and we're selling a lot of excess that we generate, which has been a pretty lucrative deal for Nebraska Public Power and our customers. It's able to keep our rates low, and it actually has provided some opportunities for us to have some support if we were to have a power plant go down, where we have the ability to backfeed from other states, other utilities that are our partners as well. Bottom left-hand corner talks a little bit about our rates and where we stack up against our neighbors and across the nation. The U.S. average per kilowatt hour is just under 16 cents per kilowatt hour. The state average for Nebraska is just over 11 cents, and MPPD's average residential cost is just under 11 cents. So we're doing pretty well from a rates perspective. I feel like we've kept our rates steady. We toe the line when we set a budget, and then we try to hold to that. Unfortunately, as you know, things are continuing to go up cost-wise, from labor to material, all the things. So we're looking at a 2% average retail rate increase over the rates this year. So. Any questions? That's a lot. Threw a lot at you. But you got any questions about things? I know we have a big project we're working with you guys on. I think that's the next agenda item actually for the sports complex. I worked a lot with Nate on getting the annexation and in front of the Power Review Board, because we had to change some service territories to get that included in our territory. So it's been looking forward to for you guys to have that new facility. It'd be nice.
It will be nice. It'll get a lot of use too, I'm sure.
Yep.
And we appreciate your help with that.
You bet.
Any questions, Council?
Grant, AI facilities, they're going in, there's a need for it, and there's a need for additional electricity. And so there is a concern that because of this, the cost of electricity is going to go up. Do you see that happening in Nebraska, or is that some places may happen elsewhere?
Definitely a concern. So we are just wrapping up. We're actually just at the end of 25, we wrapped up wholesale power contracts with our public power partners that we also serve. And those said contracts were a pivotal part of getting financing for the new generation that we need. And getting those contracts signed shows the bank that we've got a revenue stream that's going to be solid and steady. So with that, we're going to be able to, our forecast is looking pretty good in order to stay stable because of the better financing that we're going to get to build a new generation. Because we don't want to put that burden on our existing customers, and that's kind of the whole point, right? It's public power, so it's for the people, essentially by the people. We're not here to pay our investors who don't have any. Our customers and really our investment is our customers. Without you, we don't exist, and without us, well, you probably aren't here either.
That's
So,
right.
Nope, so to answer your question, that is a big part of the new generation that's going in. And we have a pretty stringent new load process that's deterring a lot of the tire kickers, if you will. A lot of companies that want to locate to Nebraska because of our cheap power. We're trying to put them through a process and have them put some money down for the studies, because we have a lot of, they say, well, we want here, 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 and here. It's like, it takes a lot of manpower engineering time to study that and see what kind of impacts and whether it can even sustain the load or not. So we're not gonna spend all the time doing that without getting some money up front to do those studies and make sure it's even worthwhile. And that's scared a lot of them off. So we do still have some big projects. So Kearney has a big Bitcoin facility, a data center. And there are a few on the public power partner side. So like South Central has a few data centers, Bitcoin facilities as well. So they're coming. They don't want to stop. I mean, it's the next big thing. You know, we haven't had this big of a increase in load for probably 30, 40 years. And the last time was probably irrigation load going, you know, converting or just even building center pivots and bringing that type of load. That's a big load for us now. And then even the ethanol boom, that's probably been the last time we've had major influx or need for more additional power.
Thank you.
Bet.
You mentioned nuclear. Are you guys investing more into nuclear?
So right now we're phase 2 of the siting study. That we hired a consulting firm to do a study to kind of accelerate that and potentially narrow down some communities that would be interested in the nuclear site. Small modular reactors is kind of the new technology we're looking at. There's no stood up power plant just yet. There's a lot that are in testing phase, but
Right.
we don't want to be serial number 1.
Right.
And I mean, it's proven technology. It's there. We do it, you know. But submarines. I mean, the Navy's been doing it for a long time. It's safe. It's becoming more appealing, I guess, and less of a scare. I mean, we've got the nuclear plant in Brownville, so on the Missouri River, and we're actually going out for relicensing on that to extend that. We're only one of 21 utilities in the nation that have the ability and the knowledge to run one, and the license to run one, which is another unique thing about Nebraska. Nothing wrong with being unique, but again, you don't want to be serial number 1.
Right.
That might be a little too unique, but we are definitely we're pursuing it.
Good.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, solar's kind of great, but there's kind of limitations with that as well.
Yep.
And
Yeah,
it takes a lot of land.
For sure.
Sometimes
Yeah,
it's
well,
an
we're
eyesore.
definitely part of our fleet. MPPD, from an ownership perspective, is not interested in actually owning those said facilities, like a solar site. We do purchase the power from a lot of different sites. Kearney's got a community solar site, Scottsbluff, Norfolk. It kind of depends upon the appetite for the customers in those communities, if it's something that they're interested in.
That's just the SMUs just seem like a really great kind of small footprint, a lot of power.
Yep.
Safe power. Yeah.
And it can be added on to. That's the whole modular part, is it can go from 50 to up to 300 megawatts, and it can be staged. Like if you went, we just need 100 right now, but down the road there's an expansion. There's a new data center. AI is expanding. We could bring in another unit to expand it without having to go through all that whole process again. So it's pretty advantageous that way.
Any other questions, council? Okay, thank you.
You bet. Thank you for having
Appreciate
me.
you coming out and telling us all the great information.
Yeah, there's a lot.
Do you have an extra one of those?
You bet.